It began with a sound, a low, rhythmic pulse echoing through the emptiness of space. No words, no pattern, just a strange vibration that moved across the stars. Every alien civilization who heard it felt the same thing: unease. Scientists tried to decode it, but the signal refused to make sense. Some thought it was a dying planet. Others said it was a warning from an ancient race. But deep down, every leader, every captain, every soldier knew something powerful was coming. Weeks passed. The signal grew stronger, clearer. It came from a sector long abandoned, a dark and silent zone near the edge of the Orion Belt. Explorers who went there never returned. Then suddenly the signal stopped. Across hundreds of star systems, silence replaced fear. Observatories turned their scanners toward the void. For a moment, nothing moved, and then something did. From behind the shadow of a cold moon, a massive shape began to emerge, black, metallic, and glowing with faint blue lights. It was larger than any ship ever seen. Its armor reflected starlight like polished steel. Alien radar systems went blind trying to scan it. Communication channels filled with static. Fleets scrambled to battle positions. No one knew what it was and where or who it belonged to. Then a single message appeared on every screen across the nearby sectors. It was written in an ancient Terran language, one most aliens had forgotten. Humanity returns. And before anyone could react, the massive ship powered up. Its engines hummed like thunder. Lights across its surface blinked in a perfect rhythm, the same rhythm as the mysterious signal. The galaxy realized the truth too late. The humans were back. And they had built something beyond imagination. The moment the Titan-class warship appeared, the galaxy changed forever. Its sheer size broke every known record: kilometers of armor plating, glowing blue energy veins running through its surface, and a core so bright it looked like a small sun burning within. Alien fleets surrounded it from a distance, keeping their weapons ready. None dared to fire. They only watched. From the flagship of the Xylan Empire, Commander Vareth tried to open communication. "Unknown vessel, identify yourself." His voice echoed into the void. No answer. Only the deep hum of the human ship, steady and calm, as if it didn't even notice the hundreds of ships watching it. Then, slowly, the warship's front panels began to shift. A line of glowing lights activated across its hull, one by one, like eyes opening from a long sleep. The blue glow turned white, bright enough to blind sensors. Vareth ordered his crew to fall back. But before they could, the human warship responded, not with words, but with a signal broadcast across every known frequency. The message was simple, calm, and terrifyingly clear. This region is now under human protection. Do not interfere. Across star systems, alien councils went silent. No one had heard from humans in centuries. They were supposed to be gone, forgotten, weak. Yet here they were, returning with a ship that could crush entire fleets. The Xylan ships tried to scan it again. Their instruments failed instantly, short-circuited by an unseen energy field. One pilot whispered, "It's alive. The ship is alive." And as the Titan slowly turned its cannons toward the nearest moon, every alien commander watching realized one thing: this was no ordinary vessel. This was humanity's warning shot to the entire galaxy. News of the Titan-class warship spread like wildfire through the stars. Every galactic network repeated the same line: humanity has returned. In the great halls of alien empires, leaders whispered in fear. They remembered the old wars, the stories of human defiance, and how Earth once stood against impossible odds. No one expected them to survive, yet now they were stronger than ever. In the Zarn Dominion, high councils gathered. Their spies sent reports. Pirate fleets had vanished near human space. In their last transmissions, they spoke of a blinding blue light and total silence afterward. No wreckage, no survivors, only static. Even the warlike Krath species, proud of their battle fleets, avoided the sector where the Titan patrolled. Their scouts claimed the warship moved like a ghost, appearing out of nowhere, then vanishing into the dark. Rumors grew. Some said the ship was controlled by an artificial mind. Others believed it was crewed by humans who no longer aged, soldiers frozen in time, awakened only when the galaxy was in danger. At the edge of the Vexor system, a small convoy detected the warship's energy signature. The commander, A cautious alien named Riln ordered his ships to retreat. But before they could jump, a massive shadow filled their screens. The Titan had found them. Its enormous structure moved with silent precision. Dozens of glowing cannons aimed but did not fire. Then a human voice spoke again, calm and cold. "Leave this sector. This is not your war." Riln's ships fled instantly. No one questioned the command. Within hours, every major empire declared a new rule. Do not enter human territory. And across the galaxy, an uneasy silence began to grow, not from peace, but from fear. Inside the command bridge of the Titan-class warship, everything was calm. Rows of glowing consoles filled the vast room, and at its center stood Admiral Raynor, the last surviving commander from Earth's old defense fleet. His face was stern, eyes fixed on the star map before him. Thousands of red signals blinked across the holographic screen, each representing something alive. He turned to his crew. "They're spreading faster than expected," he said quietly. "If we don't act now, no one will be left to save." The crew members, humans and AI units working together, nodded in silence. They knew what those red signals meant. It wasn't alien fleets or rival empires. It was something far worse. A race of biomechanical creatures known as the Swarm. They consumed everything: metal, flesh, energy. Even stars. Decades ago, humanity had tried to warn the galaxy. No one listened. The other empires laughed, calling it human paranoia. So Earth built the Titan-class warship in secret, not to fight aliens, but to prepare for the Swarm's return. When the Swarm finally arrived near the Orion Belt, they devoured entire systems within days. That was when the Titan had awakened. Raynor looked out through the viewing window, watching the stars shift. "We were never gone," he whispered. "We were waiting." He opened a secure channel, one link to the old Earth defense network. A deep, mechanical voice responded. "Orders, Admiral?" "Activate the Aegis protocol," Raynor said. "It's time the galaxy learns why humanity built the Titan." Alarms echoed softly throughout the ship as the massive engines roared to life. The warship began to turn toward a distant nebula, where the Swarm's first wave was gathering. The silence of the galaxy was about to end. The nebula was alive with chaos. From a distance, it looked like a glowing storm, bright colors twisting and flashing. But inside, thousands of biomechanical creatures moved in perfect formation, their metallic wings spreading like blades of light. The Swarm had arrived. Admiral Raynor stood at the center of the Titan's command deck. Every screen flashed warnings, but his voice remained calm. "Target their core vessels," he ordered. "Let's show them what humanity learned in the dark." The Titan-class warship moved forward, slow and unstoppable. Its massive cannons rotated, locking onto targets miles away. Then, silence, followed by a single flash. The first shot tore through the nebula, a beam so bright it split space like glass. Dozens of Swarm creatures vanished instantly, reduced to ash and fragments of light. Alien observers from nearby systems watched in disbelief. Their own fleets had failed against the Swarm countless times, yet the human warship cut through them like paper. Its shields glowed like molten fire, absorbing the enemy's energy and sending it back twice as strong. The Swarm adapted quickly, reshaping their bodies into sharp, massive spires. They launched themselves toward the Titan, screaming through space. "Brace for impact," Raynor said quietly. When the first wave hit, the ship shuddered but did not fall. The Titan's outer armor reconfigured, glowing blue as millions of nanite defenses activated. The warship seemed to heal itself in seconds. Then came the counterattack, a full burst from the Titan's central cannon. The energy wave rippled through space, breaking apart the nebula itself. The Swarm's formation collapsed. In that moment, every alien watching from distant systems realized something terrifying and beautiful. Humanity hadn't just survived, they had evolved. And now, the galaxy finally understood why they had been silent for so long. The battle was over, but the stars still burned with the echoes of war. The nebula that once glowed with color was now a graveyard of twisted metal and fading light. Where the Swarm once moved like a living storm, now only drifting fragments remained. Inside the Titan-class warship, the silence felt heavy. Admiral Raynor stood before the main viewport, watching debris float across the void. His crew worked quietly, exhausted but alive. Humanity had done what no empire could. They had stopped the Swarm. A faint message signal blinked across the communication deck. Dozens of alien channels, all requesting one thing: peace. For the first time in centuries, the galaxy was united, not by diplomacy but by fear and respect. On the distant world of Vareth Prime, the alien commander who once faced the Titan watched the battle's final broadcast. He whispered to himself, "They didn't come to conquer. They came to protect us all." The human message replayed across every transmission hub, calm and firm. Humanity stands guard. The stars are safe again.